Hello there YouTube friends, I'm Ben from Better Best Game and welcome to another episode of the weekly schedule where we take a little peek at what's being released this week in the gaming world. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Please hit the thumbs up button during the intro. Okay, welcome back, and boy oh boy do we have a bit of a stinker of a week this week. There is not a lot coming out, like the great famous Disrespect says.
Where are the games? It literally does not make sense. I have nothing to play.
But I'm going to do my best to find some cool games this week, if it's the last thing I do. There's a couple of games this week that have got me excited, so we'll start there. And then after that, a few more that I'm not too sure about, but still look pretty cool nonetheless. Some that might even be getting a playthrough this week, or maybe a deeper dive into and checking out later on. So yeah, let's start with the ones that are definitely worth a look at this week. Check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder Revenge. The heroes in a half shell are back in this 2D side-scroller beat-em-up. This one's published by the guys at Dotemu, and if you recognise that name, then they were the ones that did the Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 was pretty cool, but if I've got the choice between the two franchises, then it's Turtles all the way, baby. And you want to know the coolest thing ever? This is 6-player co-op. You even get to choose from players like April O'Neil, Master Splinter, and Casey Jones. Come on, people. Casey Jones. I mean, that's a win right there. Next up, that looks pretty sick, is Redout 2, coming out on the 17th of June. This is one of those fast-paced, futuristic racing games, similar to the good old days of Wipeout. It's one of those games where speed is everything. It looks like it's got some cool anti-gravity mechanics, a bloody sick EDM soundtrack to tie it all together. With a week full of not much coming out, this could be the one to pick up. Crank up your audio to 11 and go up against 11 other players in the online multiplayer form. With 36 unique tracks and a competitive multiplayer mode, this one just looks like a whole heap of adrenaline junkie fun.
In every age, there is a cause worth fighting for. But in the future, the greatest threat to our survival will not be men at all.
Coming out on the 17th of June is Starship Troopers Terran Command. Now, I'm not huge on tactical real-time strategy games, but I know that this franchise is huge. So I'm sure if you're a fan of Starship Troopers, you already have this one on your wish list and are probably going to give it a go or pick it up this week. The gameplay trailer looks okay to me, but the graphics kind of look like they were made for mobile gaming, and that puts me off just a little bit. Anyway, give it a go if you're a fan of the genre. If not, I'll be waiting on reviews of this one to see how it plays out.
Next frontier. Starship Troopers, Terran Command.
Let's get into some games now with a little less hype around them and some that might easily fly under your radar this week.
Do you enjoy your horror games?
Well, there's plenty out this week. Check these out. This is Nemesis Distress, and it's an early access game coming out on the 15th. It's one of those hidden trader games similar to Among Us or First Class Trouble, but with a more survival horror element to it. It looks like it relies on audio mechanics in this game, so for horror games, always an extra level of creepiness. Just listen to this excerpt from the game description. Since the alien species on the ship is blind, you will need to be very careful about the sound that you make. You can also use it to your advantage. Throw items to distract enemies and sneak past them, or just use flamethrower to scare them away. Maybe you're growing bored of Back 4 Blood and want to try something different. Grab your squad and try this one out. It looks pretty fun.
Self-destruction has begun. Turn it off wherever.
How's this one look? This is called the First Odyssey, and this one is out on June 14th. Here's another horror game for you, emphasizing on exploration and puzzling aspects of the genre. Looks really cool to me because it's a first-person game, and it kind of looks similar to that Resident Evil 1 vibes, especially with the loadout screens as well. But looks like with this one, instead of some sort of spooky house, you're on some crazy spaceship. A bit of sci-fi, a bit of horror, very, very atmospheric. This one looks like it'll be a pretty good time.
It looks like you've met Eva. She's quite a hunter. Loves the smell of blood. Look, I'll be blunt. I don't have any expectations of you. But for your self-esteem, can't you do any better?
I told you it was going to be horror heavy this week, and here's another one. This one is called Oxide Room 104, released on the 17th of June. I think if you're a fan of the Saw franchise, then this one's going to be right up your alley. A survival horror game with absolute buttload of gore. Throw some supernatural elements into this one and you've got fuel for nightmares. Looks too scary for me, but if you like solving puzzles and getting scared shitless at the same time, this one's for you then.
Don't worry. You'll only feel a little prick.
As above, so below. Why do they need assassins in heaven? To do someone's dirty work.
Out of the horror genre now and into something a bit more fast paced. This is Neon White, coming out on the 16th of June. Man, this one looks really cool to me. This is something I probably wouldn't usually go for. This is in the hardcore sort of speedrunning first-person shooter genre. But the key difference with this one that sparks my interest is it's got this kind of hard playing element to it. So I don't know if it's a deck building game as well, but it looks like you use these cards to progress through the level and chain together attacks and things like that as you go through. So something I'll be keeping a close eye on, and maybe something I might even pick up and give a go. Could be a good time. Skeleton Crew comes out on the 16th of June. This looks like a cool little indie platformer, and this one you can play online co-op with your mates. This one looks like a whole lot of good times with your mates, and yeah, one of those ones where it's even better with some drinks close by. Lastly for the week is Silverwing, coming out on the 15th of June. If you've just watched the latest Top Gun movie and craving some combat in the air, then this one is probably for you. I don't know too much about it, but it does look cool. The pace in the trailer looks a little bit slower than usual, especially to the previously mentioned Redout 2. It looks to me where it might be more of a tactical game or a space simulator, but still, I mean, these visuals look pretty damn sweet. It looks to me like you've got plenty of ships to choose from and heaps of different loadouts, yeah, which looks pretty sick to me. I might just keep this one on my radar and wait to hear for some further reviews. So there you have it, folks. That's the games coming out this week. Like I said, not too much to get excited about this week, especially in AAA territory. But you never know, there might be some hidden gems among this list, and I'm keen to try out a few and see how they play out. Thanks for your time, guys. If you enjoyed yourselves and found this useful, please make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and that way you can stay up to date with the weekly schedule. I'll catch you next time.